This is Dr. Dilip Amin from InterfaithShaadi and wish to share my views on Uniform Civil Code as requested by the Law Commission of India. I am USA based and have guided 1200 youths in interfaith love relationship. Of that, about probably 60% were from India and probably 90% had ties with India. I've summarized my experience in several books. I myself got married under the Indian marriage laws. I published earlier about Indian marriage laws and found that Indian marriage laws are very complex, especially when you compare to the West. Western marriage laws. In the West, there are simple, uniform rules to get registered with an appropriate authority when a couple get married. The same way, there are clear, uniform rules that apply when this couple get divorced. No religious communities in the West have raised any major concern with such uniform laws. I believe India should adopt that uniformity. Indian complex laws. India has very complex rules and may apply to only certain religious communities, meaning these are all segregated laws. For example, India has laws designed only for Hindus and is governed by Hindu Marriage Act 1955. Indian Jain, Sikhs and Buddhist communities have to register their marriage under the Hindu Marriage Act, even though they are different religions. Sikh couple may be able to get their marriage registered under the Anand Marriage Act 1909 as amended in 2012. Muslims have their specific marriage laws, Muslim Personal Law, Shariat, Application Act 1937. Parsis follow Parsis Marriage Act 1936. Christian follows the Christian Marriage Act 1872. There is also a secular law, the Special Marriage Act 1954, where any two individuals, irrespective of their faith, can marry under this act. However, there are also complexities as we will see later. This is just too confusing. Make it simple for all. One nation, one law applicable to all. Woman, marriage with nikah means the Muslim husband is allowed to have 4 wives. Further, there are different laws favoring the male for inheritance as well as favoring male for during the talaq. Polygamy. No woman wants to share one husband with 3 other wives. Indian government should ask women's views on this polygamy practice before continuing this outdated practice. Now someone will say that Muslim husband will lose out having 4 wives because of the new laws. Now my personal experience over past 18 years is that most Muslim youths told me that they do not believe in multiple wives. As a matter of fact, they told me they do not know anyone in their families having more than one wife. They explained to me that the justification of having 4 wives was to support the widows during the war, during the early 6th century, during Muhammad time, which is no more valid in the year 2023. Interfaith marriages. Now add to this complexity, more and more Indians are getting married interfaith. When a Hindu and a Muslim couple wish to get married, and if they apply under the Hindu Marriage Act, the Muslim party will have to convert to Hinduism. And in that case, the Muslim community will get infuriated and will complain that these are all Hindu fascist. Same way, Hindu and Muslim couple wants to get married by nikah and register under the Muslim Act, the Hindu will have to convert to Islam, and in that case, others will call it love jihad. Now, if they married by the Special Marriage Act, Both sets of parents will get unhappy. Further, if they married by the Special Marriage Act, it adds more complexity. And read this: marriage of any member of an undivided family belonging to Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh, or Jain religion, solemnized under this act, can be deemed to affect his or her severance from the family and will lose out on inheritance. It is just too complex. It is the same for Christians and Parsis. Now let's look at the multiple weddings. When an interfaith couple decides to have multiple weddings, for example, Hindu Vivah, Islamic Nikah, a church wedding, or the Special Marriage Act, they must register their marriage under the first wedding that took place. And any weddings performed later on, they don't count, meaning they are some kind of fake rituals as far as the law is concerned. Pain and suffering. Interfaith couple goes through difficulties to get married because of the very complex and segregated Indian laws. Many are forced to fake convert to fulfill the needs of these outdated Indian laws. I've seen youths in love go through intense pain and suffering, depression, suicidal ideologies, and more. And that is because of religious institutional practices and Indian government's irrational laws. All laws trying to accommodate India has carried forward all laws as far as 1872 during British rule. Why not have laws that are from an independent India and that will fulfill the needs of today's youths? Instead of segregation, why not have an uniform civil code? There should be separation of church and the state. Why not the Indian government stay out of individuals' faith? Why not make marriage and divorce laws that are secular, fulfilling the need of this secular nation, India? For India's future, implement uniform civil code. Do not look at the selfish interests of a select few. Make life simple for all, especially for the future generation of Indians. Consider Uniform Civil Code. Thank you very much.